What up, players? It's Warboss Tay. Up in this mug, here's a sneak peek at the cover for my latest book in my Merchant's Journey series. It's all about an NPC in a video game. It's a traveling merchant who goes around, and it's the one that you pass and buy potions and items from. Never see her again, but she's always on the road selling items in front of dungeons, and it's all about her story. So check it out. Books 1 and 2 are absolutely free right now, and book 3 will be coming out soon, The Merchant's Empire. Okay, talking about this Gellerpox individual, this this happy little guy here, I wanted to experiment with some new enamel inks that I purchased from Villainy Inks, and I am absolutely floored by how easy it is to use the product. I've been watching a lot of Grimdark compendium videos. I think they're great. They're great at teaching, at showing their techniques, and at making the process very simple to follow using their enamels. So I highly recommend them. Villainy Inks, check them out through the Grimdark compendium or the Feral Painter if you've seen his videos. Basically just type in how to paint something Grimdark and they should be at the top of the list. So I took this Gellerpox model, I base coated him in Rakarth Flesh, the entire model, then I blocked out the colors for his sword, his boot, his belt, and his little tabard there, and the pouch full of maggots in the back. Just gave them some very simple base colors. And then I wanted to use these Villainy Inks enamels. And I had some mineral spirits, so I mixed them up, got my blow dryer ready, and what a fun process it is. It's like a whole new discipline. It's like basically if you've been hand painting with a brush and then you learn how to use an airbrush for the first time, it really opens up your mind as to what can be possible. So after using the Villainy Inks, I used a couple of products, extra products that I wanted to do some effects. I'll talk about those really quickly right now. The first is a product called Fresh Blood from Game Effects from Vallejo. I'm going to be putting the link to the boxed set of these effects because there are so many great effects in this set. Like the Fresh Blood, they have Dried Blood, they have Bright Rust, they have Dark Rust. The rust also has a little bit of a texture, grittiness to it, which is terrific. And they have Verdigris, they have a really gross looking white, and they have this color, Vomitos. So that's the color that I'm using on all of the big giant pustules that are about to pop, as well as I painted them in the center of the blood trickles coming out of their the ruptured ones, as well as coming down his chin like he just threw up a bit and all over his fingers. I think it's a great gross brownish green color, or greenish brown, and it's really it really sells the effect. And then you might notice that this guy's got a little bit of hair. So I followed the Grimdark Compendium's videos on how to do figures and some really cool effects. It's basically you just take a tweezer and you take a Q-tip, and I'll actually show this technique because it took me a couple of tries, and I wanted to share it with all of you, my success with it. I did 2 layers on his head. So I pulled out the cotton from the Q-tip, I laid it out in a long string, and then I painted it black. And I basically put 1 layer from the middle of his head going down the back, and then I glued a second layer on top of that closer to the front like a widow's peak, and I used super glue. I just put a drop of super glue, and that's it. So it's a great effect. I think it plays really well. I actually saw them do it on a Black Templar's figure with some really gross dirty blonde hair, and it made the guy look like what's that guy, Joe, Immortan Joe from the Mad Max Fury Road movie. I thought it was such a great effect. I'm still working on how to get it to look more natural, but I think this is a good first attempt. And I'm gonna keep trying it on other figures, see how it looks. So let me know what you think. The Villainy Inks that I used were Goon's Grime, then Carrion Crimson, and Colia Green to wash on the skin. I used a blow dryer and then a Q-tip with some mineral spirits to dab off the top layer so that you still have the gross looking effects in the shadows and the shades. And it's just a fun product to use. Villainy Inks along with the game effects to bump out the like the technical special effects parts of your models. I didn't really do rust on his sword. I think I can do a little bit more rust. Maybe I'll add some of that bright orange rust to give it a pop of color. But I mean, everything about this model looks so terrific now, and I really enjoyed using it. So that's the fun about painting, right? You find a new technique or something that kind of changes your perception or your vision of what it's like to paint miniatures, and I'm just gonna go with it. Perfect for Nurgle. And I think this guy is quite happy with my work. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down below. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and ring the bell for notifications so you can see every time I put up a new video. Check out my Patreon too. If you'd like to support my studio and help me get these videos out faster and more consistently, then I would love to have your support there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Latest, players.